if you have Pisces rising, on November 12th, Mercury meets up with Mars again in Sagittarius. So remember, they met in Scorpio. Mercury travels faster than Mars does. So Mercury kind of sped up, got ahead of Mars. Now it has paused, and in moving retrograde has now backed back into Mars. Mars, in the meantime, was moving forward, and they're meeting up in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, again, in your 10th house. So this has to do with your career, your public image, your public reputation, and possibly conflicts with people in authority or authority figures in your life. So just by the motion, we can kind of see like Mercury is backing up and Mars is charging forward. So they're meeting kind of from opposite positions. And so some type of conflict there is very likely. And given that this is your 10th house, it's likely that that conflict is out in the open, out in your public life, but doesn't necessarily mean like a brawl, a big fight, or anything awful happening. It will represent an event that motivates you to take a step back, rethink your plans. Perhaps that's your career plans. Perhaps that has something to do with your public reputation or how you present yourself in public. Doesn't necessarily mean that, you're a bad person and, you need to completely readjust your personality. But it could mean that something in your behavior leaves you vulnerable to uninvited criticism. This could be about boundaries. It could be about a lot of things, but that piece is really for you to decide. But the thing that you're looking for is what is indicating to me that it's a good time to take a step back, to rethink my position so that moving forward, I can experience this same type of situation differently. On November 29th, Mercury will pass Mars and head back into Scorpio, where it will station retrograde. So Scorpio again is in your ninth house, and Mercury traveling back to Scorpio has you reassessing something having to do with higher education, mentors, teachers, yourself as a teacher or a mentor. This can also have to do with legal disputes. If you're involved in any kind of, civil actions, this could represent that. Most likely it has to do with a realigning of our beliefs. So something happening, kind of going back and forth between, as far as how I would categorize it, between what I believe, what my philosophical, political, spiritual views are, what my plans are regarding my higher education, and then some type of conflict with someone in authority or some type of conflict that I am experiencing in my career space or in my public life somehow is kind of pushing me towards some type of realignment having to do with those ninth house issues. This could also have to do with some type of conflict with someone in authority that leads to a court case. That's just one possibility. Don't worry yourself a lot about that. If